Good evening, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to the September 2021 edition of the MMB Live Show. I'm Angela Green, Executive Director of On Location Memphis and one of your hosts for this evening's program. Listen, we have a very good episode ready for you. We're very excited because we have one of our Memphis independent filmmakers as well as one of our Memphis Music Bank patrons here with us, and that's Miss Kamel Fryer. She's going to talk to us about her new film that is making the independent film circuit, as well as all things independent film. So we're looking forward to having that conversation with her. Also, we're going to have some music and film news as always, as well as the MMB track of the month. So go ahead, hit the like button, share the stream, let everybody know that the MMB Live Show is about to begin right now. Hey, Christy, how you doing?
Hey, it's September.
Okay. Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day weekend.
I know, yeah.
I didn't do anything labor intensive today, but I think I did good. I think I didn't, I enjoyed today.
That's what it's all about. I had some cousins come in town from Arkansas, and we cooked up a great meal, had a good time. So, I did my thing here today. I'm definitely happy. It was a great weekend.
This is good. And of course, we know that you also got some music in. Of course, the Levitt Shell has some great music, of course, that's been featured. And with us being about music, the Memphis Music Bank, we definitely want to celebrate all things Memphis and all things music. And, we also know that we hit on film industry news as well as music industry news. And as I was preparing for today's show, I guess I just kind of want to go into it. I'm actually still in shock, stun mode. I had my news stories already lined up, and I was going to even talk about how Elvis Presley's jumpsuit was sold for $1 million. However, my heart's a little, I'm a little shocked right now because Deadline.com, breaking news that Michael K. Williams, the star of The Wire and most recently Lovecraft Country, died today at the age of 54.
Wow.
I just got to take a moment.
I know. Black Hollywood is definitely in shock right now.
Yes. Now, for many of us, Michael K. Williams, if you watch The Wire, he's the one with the slash, he had that indelible mark, on his face, a 5-time Emmy-nominated star of The Wire, Broadwalk Empire, 12 Years a Slave, and most recently, as I stated, Lovecraft Country. And I had just read that he had been tapped to participate in an untitled movie about George Foreman. And he was going to be playing George Foreman's mentor and trainer, Dr. Broadus. So he had been tapped to be a part of an untitled biopic about George Foreman, and was going to be the mentor and the trainer. So I'm just kind of shook right now, and just the family is requesting privacy as they are shocked. They found him in his Brooklyn home this morning, and he is survived by his mother. So the family did not provide the cause of death. But of course, if you go to Deadline.com, they're going to be updating that. Right. So I'm a little shook. I was going to lead actually today's industry news off with Candyman. So I guess I'm going to segue to that as we send light and love.
Well, before you do, I just definitely want to give our condolences to his family and to his friends, and just know that our hearts and our prayers are going out to them today.
Indeed. All right. So here it is, the film industry news. Box office. Candyman, Nia DaCosta, became the first Black female filmmaker to open a pick at #1 domestic box office. And we're talking about at the tune the other weekend of over $20 million. This is the opening of Universal MGM Monkey Paws Candyman, the retelling of that. And I don't do scary movies. Do you do scary movies?
No, I do not do scary movies, but I will watch the reviews. And so I actually have watched a couple of reviews of this Candyman movie, and from what I'm hearing, it's a lot more conscientious or have more of an activist type of a bent to it, and it's not as it's not as scary, so more suspenseful or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to venture off into it, but I'm hearing that it is a must see. So if those of you who are into scary movies, it sounds like this is one that you don't want to miss.
Well, you know something, and the very fact that I know that she co-wrote it with Jordan Peele and Wynn Rosenfield, they are thinkers. They're smart filmmakers. So this might be Candyman, directed by Nia DaCosta, maybe the first scary movie that I watched in a very long time. I think it took me 2 years to watch Get Out because they were like, Chrissy, that really wasn't scary.
Well, I have seen Get Out, and that's not scary to me.
Yeah, it wasn't a scary because Candyman, if it's dealing with murder, death, kill, I get a little.
Yeah, absolutely.
So shout out to our soul sister Nia DaCosta, first Black filmmaker to debut at #1 at the box office domestically. Of course, Ava DuVernay also hit number. They were comparing, the very fact that Candyman marked the second highest grossing 3-day domestic weekend box office opening for a Black female director. The record is held still by Ava DuVernay with her Disney movie, A Wrinkle in Time. And in this amazing article, it talks about how Universal has really been supportive of Black female directors. And a lot of their movies have actually been charting very well at the top of the box office. So once again, shout out to director Nia DaCosta, who is taking on a Marvel movie. It's going to be $100 million movie. So shout out to her on that. And speaking of Marvel movies, this past weekend, Labor Day weekend, Shanghai to the Moon, a Marvel Asian American superhero movie, hit over $90 million, record breaking. They're looking at it's going to be hitting like 140 million worldwide.
Right.
So Marvel is yay, and of course Wakanda Forever.
Right.
Currently, I'm all about that life. So
I think that's kind of interesting because they took a different route distribution wise on this one. So it did not stream. They did not have the the premiere access on Disney Plus.
Oh, wow.
For this film. It streamed, it distributed, or it was released in the theaters exclusively this go round. So they're definitely, testing, the different models and seeing, how they're working out. And so the fact that the film did so well in its first weekend, over 100 million, maybe something that, what Scarlett Johansson was talking about. As far as her film, maybe there's something to it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up so we can slide back into female lead protagonists, directors. And of course, she's suing them because they did not do theatrical only and did do the streaming simultaneously. So the very fact that this film has done very well domestically, she might get a bigger check now.
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think it definitely gives her something to stand on. So
that's my film industry news.
That's your film industry news?
Well, actually, I have one more thing, but I will post it on Location Memphis' Facebook page. Check it out. It's about a soul sister once again at the top of MSNBC, and the film connection, other than the fact that she just took over MSNBC and is charting big waters. Streaming is going to be really big because they're trying to appeal to the younger demographic. But what I found interesting film wise is that she's going to be adding a film component to MSNBC to pick up documentaries. So, and her name is Rashida Jones, and no, she's not the daughter of Quincy Jones.
That's right.
So I was really impressed by that. So Rashida Jones, who is now the head of MSNBC, is adding a film component to purchase those documentaries. So documentarians out there, we have another place to now sell our docs.
Absolutely. Right. Excellent. So moving into some music news, I have an announcement to make for all of you Anita Baker fans. She has finally given us the go-ahead to buy her music and to stream her music again. I don't know if people were aware that earlier this year, she had actually put a call out to her fans to stop streaming her music and to stop purchasing her music because she was in a battle with her label to gain ownership of her masters. It was time for them to be reverted back to her, and they had not done so. So she was going to have to fight for it. And she put the call out, hey, you all stop the purchases, stop the streams, cut the money, because we about to go to battle. And this past weekend, she made the announcement that a deal has been made. All is good. The children are home is what she called her album. And to stream on. So we are free to partake of Miss Anita Baker again. So that's
I like the fact that she is very active on Twitter. Dionne Warwick is very active. Stephanie Mills. I mean, Chaka Khan. And they actually can get very, very aggressive on Twitter. So shout out to Auntie Anita. And yes, honey, caught up in the rapture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there was another very interesting article that I came across concerning Nirvana. I don't know if there, we have some Nirvana fans who are on the line or will watch the stream later on. But are you familiar with the 1991 album Nevermind that released?
Not until today when you were talking about it.
Well, on that album, the cover of that album featured a little baby boy in his birthday suit in the water chasing a $20 bill. And like I said, he was in his birthday suit, full Monty. And so this little boy is now in his 30s, and he has filed a lawsuit against Nirvana, the estate of Kurt Cobain, and all of everybody associated with that album cover. And he is accusing them of child exploitation, pornography, and he is suing them. And also he is, claiming that he's had mental health issues associated with the fact that he was a part of this, his picture was on this album cover. And
without his consent. I said without his consent.
Obviously. And then also he claims that his parents did not give consent for them to use that picture.
Wow.
I don't know exactly how this is going to play out how it's going to play out in the courts, or if it's going to get to court or whatever. But it's something to think about as far as independent, artists who are working with photographers and individuals, putting their album covers together, making sure that everything is buttoned up, even when it comes to, we talk about the music all the time, but also when it comes to the pictures, the images that you're using, you want to make sure that that's buttoned up as well, because you don't want to open yourself up to a lawsuit.
Let me jump in here too, Angela. And we have to also note that was 30 years ago. And a lot has changed as far as the sensibilities that people have about art, about women, about children, and sexuality. So it just would behoove us to be very sensitive to the changing of the times. The cancel culture is here, that the Me Too is here, that those who are advocating child protection is here, and just be smarter and be more sensitive to this new reality.
Right.
And wow, because actually when you think about it, and when I looked at the album cover, I was like, this was exploitation.
Yeah,
it really was.
It really was. Yeah. In our humble opinions.
In our humble opinion.
Right.
In our humble opinion.
In our humble opinions. And lastly, I'm sure a lot of people know Beyonce turned 40 this past Saturday. September 4th was her birthday. She actually crossed over into a new decade, the 40, and I'm reading she had an awesome time and looking forward to this new chapter in her life. So happy birthday to Beyonce and all of us Septembers, because my birthday is actually next week. So I'm always looking out for the Virgos.
All right, Virgo. Well, happy birthday to the Queen B. And I think this is an awesome segue into all things creative, because as a person who is very much in the arts, she always fuses in music and film very well, visual content very well, her music videos, the movies that she does. So
Yes.
Shout out to all those who understand the importance of that convergence of music creation and film creation. And we have a young lady today who's going to be our special guest.
Yes.
Who will be talking about that very thing as well. You know,
absolutely.
We are super excited that we didn't even have to go to NYC to get her. She's right here in the M Town, but she is a globetrotter. She's making waves on the film circuit, and we're going to be talking to her very soon.
Right after this.
There are simple ways to fight COVID-19. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet apart. Wash your hands often with soap. And most importantly, mask up.
All right, we are back, and it is time for me to do the special honors of introducing our guest for tonight. And we're talking about Miss Camille Fryer. She is a multi-hyphenate writer, producer, raised and based out of the Memphis, Tennessee area. Now, she recently produced a feature film titled Life Ain't Like the Movies, which is circulating on the film circuit and recently accepted into its 8th film festival. Yes, you're right. Now, her most recent project, her first short film directorial debut, Something's Off, is in post-production and set to enter its festival circuit within the next month. And she's going to be giving us some details about that. The film is a horror comedy about a man who is dating in the middle of the pandemic. A serial killer is on the loose. Will their date be a success? Will they encounter the murderer? I want you to help me welcome to MMB Live, Memphis' own Miss Fryer. Hey, lady.
Hey, hi. How are y'all doing?
Doing very well. And just for the record, I would love for you to give us the strongest communication, or should I say enunciation of your name, because as a filmmaker, as you get out here in these Hollywood streets.
Yes. My name is pronounced Camille Fryer.
And you are born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Give us the story.
Yeah, so actually my family is from the country. We're from Grand Junction, Tennessee. My mom moved to Memphis when I was about 9, though. So I feel like I can claim Memphis at this point. Graduated from Cordova in 2005, and then I went to U of M for undergrad, went to UT after graduating from Memphis, and I got my JD and MBA through the joint degree program. And so once I entered into the corporate world, I realized that I really missed that creative side. And so I wrote, and then also, well, it was 2 things. I realized I missed my creative side. And then Sleepy Hollow, I was a big fan of Sleepy Hollow, and they killed off Nicole Bahari's character. And I just felt like that was an egregious mistake. And it was 2015. And I remember ranting to one of my friends about it. And they were like, well, why don't you create your own show and write her in it? And I was like, you say that like it's simple. And they were like, just do it. And so I started writing screenplays then. And what's funny is that I actually met Robert Butler, the creator of the film that I produced, Life Ain't Like the Movies. I actually met him after I moved back to Memphis. And it was funny because I lived in Detroit for like 2.5, almost 3 years, and we never ran into each other. But it was after I came back. And I realized that he was legit. We had similar workflows, and he needed a casting director. And mind you, I'm like working on my own projects, but I'm very much self-taught. I hadn't gone to school to get formal training in entertainment. But he was like, I need a casting director. You sound very professional. Like I just need somebody to help me. And I agreed. And it turned from casting director and successfully casting his film and successfully landing Paul Bates, who plays Oha from Coming to America.
Yeah.
Cinda Williams. She's been in a lot of things, but Mo Better Blues was, I think, her first feature film by Spike Lee. And a few other like great talents. And I don't know, the Virgo in me, I like love on people by helping to improve their lives. And so I felt like there were some things that could be managed better. And I was like, well, let me just do this. And he was like, have you ever been a producer? And I was like, no. He was like, okay, but I need, like, can you be my producer? Okay, great. Because you're doing too much as a casting director. And so I just kind of fell into the role and I ended up loving it. We worked great as a team. Our feature film, it was his first feature, but he, I believe, has had 2 shorts that were very successful that he won awards from. So we weren't like completely brand new to it. But it's made it into its 8th festival and counting. There are some that we've been accepted to that we can't announce yet, but we're super excited for. And so while we were doing that, I realized that I was kind of putting my things on hold. And so I started back writing. And when I was knee deep in therapy, I decided to write Something's Off. And we shot it this past December, and now it's a finished short film. And it's a horror comedy. Sometimes I process things through, and I look at it through the hilarious parts of it. So that is why I go with the horror comedy on my hands. But yeah, I'm really excited about it.
So well, I have an amazing. I mentioned before that Robert Butler, I had a chance to meet. I lived in Detroit decades ago. But I actually met him when he was attending Oral Roberts University, and super cool with his cousin Tracy Swear as well. So all love to him, and I'm so glad that there's another Memphis connection to that.
Yes, me and Tracy beat up on Rob all the time. Only when he deserves it, though. But no, Tracy's great. Tracy, I think I told you before. Tracy did. He pretty much completed his soundtrack for him. And because Life Ain't Like the Movies is really set in the 90s, the whole soundtrack has like a 90s R&B vibe to it, which is, not that common right now. So it's true. It's a nice touch to it.
So you said you filmed this in December of 2020?
I filmed Something's Off in December.
Okay, so how was that, filming within the midst of the pandemic and everything that was going on?
Well, the great thing is I had experience from Life Ain't Like the Movies. We were actually set to film Life Ain't Like the Movies earlier than what we did, but because of the pandemic, we pushed it back a few months. But we didn't want to push it a year or so in advance because we just didn't know how long it was going to last. And so once SAG-AFTRA started pushing out guidelines, we just followed those. Nobody from Life Ain't Like the Movies got sick, right? We were like 100% on it, followed protocol. If you were on set, you didn't have to have a mask because it wasn't written in the script. But if you were behind set, we were spaced out, wearing masks. Like we had hand sanitizer everywhere, ate separately. Like we followed everything to the T. Nobody got sick. And everybody tested negative for COVID both before and after. So we were really proud about that. So because I had that experience and I wrote the script with COVID in mind. So we did use masks even on camera. You will see them wearing masks. Because I had that knowledge, I wrote it with the intention of having a smaller cast so that we could shoot it in the midst of the pandemic.
Okay.
Now, I know you mentioned about the music connection that you all have for the feature film. So when it came to your short film and you being the director, producer of that, let's talk about how you decided to start, making that relationship when it came to music.
Sure. So I knew that this film was going to be very different. For me, I'm like always, sorry, it's my.
Oh, hey.
They're way more interested in their grandmother than they are me right now. It's okay. I don't take it personally. Mimi is the best. It's cool. But no, for me, Memphis has always had like its own, just its own livelihood with music. So I knew that the music I was going to have associated with Something's Off was going to be very different than what we did for the feature film. And also that present day. So I want to say maybe it was something you posted, Christy, about Memphis Music Bank or something like that. But I remember seeing a post on Facebook about MMB, and I clicked on the link, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" Because when you talk about music and licensing and which one you need for this, and if you are, what you're trying to do with the film, I mean, not all licenses are built the same.
Right.
So and also I have a law degree, but me having a law degree really lets me know what I don't know, right? Like that's really the business of it. I know how deep this can go, and I know I don't want to get too complicated, right? Because when you're talking about IP lawyers and all, then the costs go way up, and this is very much I don't even know if ultra low budget cuts it. Like this is a shoestring budget film. So I'm like, what can I do? Like, what can I do to simplify this process? And Memphis Bank simplified it. Like, this is what you want to do. Okay, this is the type of license you want. This is the fee. And I love the concept of it. And so the hardest part for me was just finding what I thought would be the right beat for it. And when I actually found it before we started shooting. I was like searching the internet and I was looking for something like kind of dark, kind of moody. I've done some research into it, and really what I was looking for like a subgenre that is really kind of not that active anymore, but it was horrorcore. That was like a subgenre of rap that was like really prominent kind of in the 90s, and it was dark, the rappers talked about like really heavy, scary topics, but also like the beats were like really heavy and, and really brought on like a horror type of feeling. But I won't say nobody, but I think that it's not as common as it used to be. And so when I came across Rowdy, I saw like there were a few tracks. I was like, okay, this might work. But then when I came across Bloodline, I was just kind of blown away. And I was like, this is it. And I sent it to my producer and I was like, what do you think? He was like, this is it. This is the track. And I was like, okay, bet. I'm buying it right now. And yeah, it's been like all love. I absolutely love it. Our editor loved it. Like it was just really beautiful. And I was really proud that I was able to choose a Memphis artist. I love my city. I put on for Memphis, like, whether I'm here or far. So being able to incorporate Memphis sound in my first film, it meant everything to me.
Well, as a matter of fact, we're going to play that trailer because you even decided to use Rowdy's Bloodline as the song for the trailer.
Yes.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about what you plan on doing with Something's Off. Here we go.
She was on some weird shit anyway. I mean, restaurants back open and she wanted to meet at a park. You don't even know this girl's name.
Bro, I do know her name. Her name is Jill.
This time the police are saying the copycat serial killer is specifically targeting black males.
Hey, they already talking about that serial killer.
Oh, yeah, man, that shit is crazy.
I think it's a woman.
Jill?
Yes, it's me.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, wow, I'm such a horrible person.
I don't know about this.
Brian, you don't trust me? Brian.
Wow. That was a perfect match. That was because it gave him. And I now I now remember 80s particularly. There was that hip hop sound where it always had that foreboding.
My name is Kamel Fryer, and I'm the creator behind.
Oh my goodness! And I guess I need to.
I don't know where that
goes. This is amazing. This is amazing. So, I forgot to turn off the Vimeo. Right now. So if you heard her talking twice, that's what happened. Oh my God, this is good. I mean, so as a filmmaker who has a strong relationship with Memphis and Memphis music, what are some of the things that you would advise filmmakers to consider? Because I liked how you said even before you did the short, you were looking for music. Can we talk about your production style? Because you truly are thinking like a producer.
Yeah, like one thing that I'm trying, I'm trying to work on. I can be very detail oriented. And so I've realized, and that's one thing that this process has taught me, that you have to have a strong team, because you gotta have people that can help you with those details. There's just so much that's involved with film. You can do it by yourself, but the process is so much better when you have a trusted group of individuals, and y'all can collaborate together, and you don't have to do it all by yourself. So once I realized that I had that group, my producer was solid, my actors were great, and once I realized that I really had a team behind me, so I didn't have to stress about other things. My creative side, I love music, so my creative side, like I don't think I wasn't able to quite finish the script until I found the sound, honestly. And that's just how my brain works. Music just kind of, it helps my productivity. And when we're talking about film, I know that music and certain sounds and everything, it can set the mood or it can break it. We have all been in that film, right, where the music does not match what's going on, and it just kind of like ruins the experience. And so I didn't want that to be my situation, especially coming from Memphis. And so I would, and I say especially coming from Memphis because Memphis has such a strong history with music. 9 times out of 10, if you live in the area, if you live in Memphis, if you live in the greater Memphis area, you know somebody who's either currently in music or used to be. Like it's just that strong of it. So my advice to filmmakers would be to, okay, say hi. Since you're gonna be, say hi.
Hi.
That's Michael. Okay, go
hi,
back.
Hi, Michael. He's ready for the camera. He's ready for the camera.
He is a mess. But no, my advice to filmmakers would be to, really, first of all, like allow yourself to let your guard down, build up your team, so that when it comes to these other details, you can free up your mind to think about those things. And 2 would be to look where you are. Especially if you're local and you're in a metropolitan city. Memphis is a metropolitan city. Again, we have a very strong Memphis background. If you don't know somebody who's a producer or something like that, Memphis Music Bank is here. Reach out in the community. Indie Memphis is here. I mean, there are so many people in this area that are willing to help creatives. We don't have to spend thousands of dollars for a 30-second sample unless we absolutely want to, because that's one of the blessings of being in this area and being in this city. So I would say really try to be creative and utilize your resources, and 9 times out of 10 you'll find everything that you need.
Yeah, Angela, I think that this is a great opportunity to kind of break down for those, because she has pretty much sold the Memphis Music Bank. But for those who may be like, well, what is she talking about?
So essentially what the Memphis Music Bank is, it's made up of independent music creators in Tennessee and primarily from Memphis. And so what we do is a program of On Location Memphis. We're a nonprofit, and we basically help artists figure out exactly what they need to do to prepare their music for licensing, make sure all the legalities around the music is in order, so that people like Camille, when she gets ready for that music, she knows legally that music is sound, and she can get her license, and she can put that music in her project and feel confident that she can move that project wherever it needs to go, and she won't have any legal issues surrounding it moving forward. So that's what it is. So it's essentially for the music creators here, as well as for the independent filmmakers.
And one of the things in the position working with, you getting all kinds of love here. Everybody who's checking out all across the country, thank you all for checking out the MMB Live. We do this every first Monday. Also, since we have this amazing young lady who understands the importance of connecting the music and the film. We are now blending together those and creators with our tour club. Our club is a VIP, a virtual lounge where you really get together and have these conversations like today, but even talking to critters, talking to filmmakers, to music producers. We had a music scoring extra class. We've had independent film distributors come on, and we have coming up. As a matter of fact, I'm hosting a panel discussion that I did prior to be a part of. I'll be more details. If you're in this area, tomorrow night, we're going to meet up at Cairo on Union Avenue at 6:30. So if you're in the Memphis area, feel free to stop by tomorrow. Feel free to stop by tomorrow for the All Tour Club meetup at Cairo's on Union Avenue at 6:30. And Miss Fryer, I hope that you can come and bring a couple of friends as well. Because we really want to find out what filmmakers need beyond the music and how we can assist you. Because we have the Memphis Music Bank, and as you said, it was easy for you to get what you needed without breaking the bank. And it was based on what you need. I mean, like if you're doing film for the film festivals, that's one price. If you're doing it for television, it's another price, but it's all within budget. So any last things you want to say before we wrap up?
I just want to say thank you for having me on here. I sincerely appreciate it. And again, I can't speak highly enough about Memphis Music Bank. It was really a great experience, really seamless. And I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be able to connect with the artist behind it. But Rowdy is he's been great. I sent him a message and was like, hey, by the way, love your track, Bloodline. We're using it in my film. And he's been so supportive since. And so that was another great thing that the Memphis Music Bank brought was another network, really, again, I love music, but music is not my field. So being able to like reach out to him, and I'm actually working on a few other things, and I made it into a finals. I made it to the finals round for pitching a totally separate feature film. And I reached out to Rowdy and was like, hey, I might need you. If I win this thing, I might need some beats. So he was like, bet, let me know. Which if you're not from Memphis, bet means absolutely. So yes, bet. So my heart like fluttered when I saw it. I was like, yay.
Right.
But
which
no,
is the music, yes, which is the magic behind what we're doing. We wanted, because of course we know you can go online and get generic music, you can go on other platforms and get music, but the Memphis Music Bank is set up for what Camille just said about being able to not only get music that's affordable, but to be able to then say, hey, I want a relationship with the music producer, and you can actually do that. And once again, that's what we're going to be doing inside the All Tour Club too. So where you can set up your own profile. It's like I said, a very private social media setup, so you can get in there and build the relationships where you don't have to spend $1,000 to fly across country, but to be able to be up in a set Clubhouse. I know you, girl, you're very active on Clubhouse. So this is almost like our own Clubhouse. The All Tour Club is that for creatives. Regardless of what you're doing, if you are a visual artist, if you are a photographer, if you are a filmmaker, if you're a music creator, if you're like myself, I'm a screenwriter, playwright, this is the space for us, particularly if you're in the Mid-South region and worldwide, to come and get together and do business. Oh, that's the thing. Everything is about monetizing our work. And that's what we're about. So,
that's what we're about.
Now, before you go, I understand you are going to be Something Off has made one of its first festival runs. What can we expect coming up in a few weeks?
So it hasn't made it yet. We are entering into festivals. So because it literally we just finished it. I just got the sound back from the sound editor a few days ago. So now we have a completely finished film. And we are now submitting to film festivals. I am hosting a private screening on my birthday, September 14th.
My birthday too.
My birthday. I am hosting a private screening, but after that, I will be submitting it to different film festivals. Please feel free to follow me on either my personal IG or my film production company IG. My personal IG is Fry Smalls. My film production company is Kamari, Kamari 901 Productions, and it's on Instagram. And if Indie Memphis submissions had already closed, we will see if we can get in next year. But we're going to be submitting to quite a few festivals. So if you are interested in seeing this horror comedy, I think you touched on it, but it's about a guy in a pandemic who is meeting a girl while a serial killer is on the loose. So if that sounds like something that's up your alley and you want to see it, please feel free to hit me up. I'm very easy to find. And I'd love for you to check out the film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I sincerely appreciate it.
Feel free to hang out. We're actually going to have a VIP guest. So if you like to hang out, Ms. Fry, you can do just that.
Okay.
And we'll be right back after this. You know, this has been a rowdy night.
This is the rowdy night tonight. For those of you all who don't know, the music for that commercial is our very own Rowdy. He produced that for us, and we play it every first Monday of the month when we do the MMB live show. So thank you, Rowdy. We appreciate you always, always.
Yeah, we getting rowdy tonight, Rowdy.
We're getting rowdy, and so and doing that, let's just go on and just continue to show how versatile this composer is. He is our, we do a track of the month. And so we did choose one of Rowdy's tracks for this this month's track of the month. And I chose this track in particular just because I wanted to show his versatility.
We've already heard what he sounds like on Bloodline.
Yeah. Can you hear that?
Yes. And that's entitled Movie Score.
Movie Score. So Rowdy is here in Memphis. He's a producer. Let's see if I have. His company is called Rowdy Productions. He's featuring, he's a 5-time award-winning producer, artist, musician, engineer. Ralph Thorne, Team Rowdy, many other artists are a part of his team. Thorne has been involved in music since middle school and college at MSBU in 2004. His frat brothers called him Rowdy, which spawned the name Rowdy Productions, formed in 2009. And in 2011, Rowdy Beat Best in World was used for VH1 Divas. Rowdy specializes in the industry sound with an extensive catalog of music of over 200 tracks and beats. And as you can see with this track, it's totally different from anything that we've listened to thus far.
You know, one of the things I like about this is that it really can fit very well with a movie because it's not too busy. And the very fact that, you know, he did do some what I call a throwback to Bam because he did have some porn sections in there. He's giving me a segue right here. Has an influence, a little bit of jazz, some old school jazz vibes in there. When you go to the Memphis Music Bank, just put in Rowdy Productions with a Z for you to check out his entire Memphis Music Bank catalog. So, yeah. So now you can see why Miss Pryor selected him, because he does have a nice. And if you are a music creator, you definitely want Rowdy in the Memphis Music Bank, because when someone licenses, you are receiving what they call mailbox money. I would definitely put something like that in a jazz-related movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
jazz-related movie would be really good for that.
Absolutely.
Well, shout out to you, Rowdy. This has been a rowdy night.
It's been a rowdy night. So that's Rowdy Productions, MMB.
All right.
So,
You're a music creator, yes. Matter of fact, when it comes to the music world, you cannot not know this lady. Yes, I said it. You cannot not know this lady.
She is the founder of the National Association of Black Female Executives in Music and Entertainment. And I'm just so happy that she decided to jump in with us and grace us to kind of talk to us a little bit about what's going on with NAMFAM. I'm a member of NAMFAM. Christy, I believe you're a member of NAMFAM. They're always here. And they have 20 chapters across the country, also in Africa and Canada and other places. And so I'm going to just play one of their commercials just to give you a little information about NAMFAM. And then afterwards, we will be hearing from none other than Miss Johnny Walker.
Meet like-minded, extraordinary women. Expand your knowledge base and make the right connections.
What NAMFAM is doing and the work that they are creating and honoring women everywhere can't be matched by anything.
Celebrating 20 years of breakthrough networking. NAMFAM.
I think it is extraordinary, first and foremost, but it's absolutely necessary.
NAMFAM is the National Association of Black Female Executives in Music and Entertainment, with 20 networks located across the United States, Canada, and Africa.
It's a place for us to have a voice. It's a place for us to share our voices.
Join NAMFAM and do it today. It's easy.
One of the things that is blessing my life now, 16 years later, is that the genuine relationships that I built in 2002, now those sisters are executives. And it was a NAMFAM sister who hired me.
Join us online at www.namfam.org.
Johnny Walker, welcome to the MMB Live Show. Oh, I think you're muted. Let me see if we can hear you.
Just a little technical difficulties.
A little technical difficulties. Well, while Miss Walker, she's gonna check on that for us. The National Association of Black Female Executives in Music and Entertainment. That's the organization. Mm-hmm. They are coming up on 20 years, celebrating 20 years of being around. Mm-hmm. And they are about to host their leadership summit. It's actually coming up this month. Actually, it's going to be the 16th, I believe the 16th to the 18th. And once Miss Johnny comes back, she'll give us all the details. But tickets are on sale. It's going to be virtual. So so anyone in the country, really in the world, can participate and can be a part of it. And we wanted to make sure that we at least let the people know here, our network, know about this summit that's coming up in September. So I'm going to bring Miss Johnny back. Let me see if her mic is working. Oh, she's still having some difficulties. Let me see. It seemed like I'm gonna unmute you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Can you hear? Hello? I tell you, technology. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, try that again.
Try it one more time, Johnny. So if those of you who want tickets to the Leadership Summit, Women's Leadership Summit with NAMFAM, you can go to hopin.com and search International Women's Leadership Summit. She's like, that's all right. That's all right, Johnny. That's all right.
Just wave at the people. Just wave at the people.
Right now, hopin.com, International Women's Leadership Summit. Go there, get your tickets, join us. You don't want to miss it. NAMFAM's 20th anniversary Women's Leadership Summit.
I will be there.
I already have my ticket. I already have my ticket.
Well, I'm gonna hop in to hopin.com as we wrap up tonight.
Okay.
And of course, before we go, I think it would be in order if we provide them just a little insight to some amazing things that we're doing in addition to the International Women's Leadership Summit that is coming up. Give them the dates again.
That is going to be September 16th through the 18th. Is that right, Johnny? If you can put that in the private chat, I just want to make sure that we're giving the right information. September 16th through the 18th, I do believe, is the International Women's Leadership Summit. It will be virtual. You can go to hopin.com to purchase your tickets. You can get a ticket for all the days, or you can get a ticket for one or two a days. Oh, she said, try it again. Okay, we're going to try it. Bring her in again.
One more time.
One more time.
It's like, because I just
Let's give it up to the president.
Hey, let's give it up to. We don't give up. We don't give up. Yeah. You know what? I think what happened is I have a Yeti microphone, and the thing is, I've been kind of moving things around because of we're using the Hopin platform, and I have everything plugged into Zoom and Blue Jeans, but I had to unplug everything, kind of change my. That's why I keep moving my desktop here. Like, okay, get the full screen here, and so. Listen, man, let me tell you about this virus. This virus has taught us how to do all the things that we never really had to do before and things that we never really had to focus on. Man, we just learned, man. We learned how to be technologists. We are learning how to just do all kinds of things. And that's why I kept looking at it. I'm like, why is my screen pink? Okay, the screen is pink because you didn't change the resolution on the. Why can't you hear me? I'm like, so. I'm sorry, I apologize, but it's a great learning lesson here. Absolutely fabulous learning lesson.
That's all right. That's all right.
So thank you, ladies, for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. Real quick, I heard you talk a minute ago about the summit that we have coming up. It is the International Women's Leadership Summit. Oh, God, we've been doing this thing for like 20 years. And COVID stopped us last year. We were scheduled to do it in Atlanta, but unable to because of COVID. And then we actually rescheduled it this year for Atlanta. But hey, what do you say? And me, I'm just the kind of person that never wants to do anything that puts anyone in harm's way. So that is why we decided that we were going to go virtual, because we didn't want to throw away all of the work that everyone had done. So, but it's an amazing 2-day event. We're going to kick it off, and which may be a little bit applicable to what you guys are doing. With Miss Novi Brown, who plays Sabrina in Tyler Perry's Sisters. And so we are just going to have a fireside chat or one-on-one chat with Novi talking about women in film, talking about Black women in Hollywood, talking about your approach when you're pitching yourself or pitching your creative works. It's just gonna be two ladies, just one-on-one like you guys are tonight, and we'll go. That's going to be our kickoff. And one of the other things I'd like to add is that spot that you played. We all talk about promoting Memphis and uplifting Memphis. That spot that you played was created by Cynthia Perkins, who is over at Fox 13. That she also voiced that. That commercial has played in the Denver airport, that's played in the Los Angeles airport, and has played in the Marriott hotel system. So that's kind of like, hey, pumping up Memphis, man, pumping up the creative works of Memphians. But Cynthia Perkins, photojournalist over at Fox 13, did that spot.
Amazing. I see you, Cynthia.
So we're very proud of her, very, very just, we love her to death. And so we were saying, hey, wow, we got an opportunity to run a piece in the Denver airport, but we didn't have a piece. And I was like, you got some footage. Can you make me something? She's like, oh, yeah, something together. And that's what she did. And it was fabulous. The Denver airport loved it. They ran it for like 6 months. It was like really a long time that they ran it. So that was amazing. But back to the conference. It is on the Hopped In platform. You can sign up for a day, 2 days, the entire thing. We're dealing with Black. We're not just dealing with music and entertainment. We're dealing with the plight of Black chefs. We're dealing with the social justice movement. And I'm very excited about that simply because I just want people to know that while there's a lot of outcry when men are killed, we need to start talking about these women that are being killed, assaulted, victimized. We're just as dead. Sandra Bland is just as dead. So if we're going to shout Black Lives Matter, if we're going to be angry about our people losing their lives, we have to be equally as angry when a woman is when human trafficking is involved, or she's victimized in some way, or abused in some way, or she's lost her life. We can't just lay down and accept that. We have to be equally as angry. We're talking about a little bit about Black music, and one of the things about Black music, we're concerned that as Black music continues to rise, Black executives seem to diminish. It's they're still there. I'm not saying that there aren't any Black music executives, but the numbers continue to diminish, while other cultures that are promoting, marketing, and embracing our music or our culture, they seem to be rising, seem to be all over the place. So that is just something that we want to discuss. We're also talking about the story of a Black woman. It's called Unbought and Unbossed. We got Ludacris's mom going to be speaking. And she was like, I got a whole lot I need to say. But the premise of that particular seminar is, as a Black woman, when we walk in the room, we're judged, number one, because we're Black. We're judged because we're a woman. We are expected to be twice as good, almost 3 times as good at whatever it is that we do. We have to deal with the strong woman syndrome, like they expect us to just do everything. And it's just situations where over and over and over, we deal with a lot of unfavorable circumstances, and we have to deal with those circumstances because, people think that we should do them and be okay with it. So it's a bevy of seminars. They're there. Go to our website, nabfem.org, click the summit. You see the list of seminars. You can register, see who's speaking about what. Just check us out. Come on board. Have a good time. I'm just pretty excited, really, about the people that are speaking. I'm very excited. We just actually confirmed these guys just the other day simply because of scheduling and because of what's going on. That is the Black Health and COVID-19 seminar that we're doing. We have an RN from St. Louis County. We have a doctor from New York. We have a pharmacist that is going to moderate the panel from Atlanta. And we chose to put artists in there, number one, because she's had the virus, number one. And then number two, contracting the virus and the whole COVID-19 literally shut her life down. So she lost her gigs. A lot of the venues are closed down. So, you still got to live, but this is how you make a living. So we wanted to get perspectives from her as a creative and how COVID-19 affected her life. Dr. Ruby said to us, hey, I want to talk about white people are angry at us. We're just doing our job. And talking about the vaccine hesitancy and why people don't want to take the vaccine, and looking at the numbers of deaths that are occurring among most of the people that have not taken the vaccine. So, you know, we're not trying to encourage you to do one or the other. I mean, if you're like me, you want to live. So it's like listening to these medical professionals talk about their lives, because they got to go home to their husbands and their children and deal with the sickness all day long. So it's like a totally different perspective from their perspective. So the Black health and COVID-19, I'm very excited and I'm proud of the medical professionals that are joining us for that particular panel. So all day Friday, all day Saturday. And let me just tell you this, I can do it now because we have canceled it and it was going to be here. We were doing an outdoor, we had a nice place. We were doing an outdoor Women Who Jam all-female concert. I'm just nervous, man. These numbers scare me. I said I do not want to put anyone in harm's way. I don't want to do anything that's going to cause any problems whatsoever. And so I've been on the phone all day with the girls and I said, listen, our time is coming. Our time is coming. We want to be able to do this thing. And we can do it in Memphis. We don't have to do it in Atlanta. We don't have to do it in it's enough right here. We had everything planned. Also, it's just everything. I don't know. And my spirit said no. And I said, sometimes you have to follow your gut instincts. And my gut instinct said, no, let's just stay virtual. Let's stay online. When the time is right, we're going to bring the showcase or concert or whatever you want to call it back. Joya was coming in from Atlanta to perform. Shirley was coming out of Philly to perform. We had quite a few ladies that were coming from out of town, and we were going to try to see if we could scoop up. We've been talking to Roberta Grandison and the Ladies Edition, see if we can scoop up some girls here in Memphis to perform. But I mean, when you're just nervous, you're just nervous. And the last thing that I would not ever forgive myself if we did that and somebody got sick because they was trying to participate in our event. And I just said, girls, and listen, ladies, when I say girls, it's affectionately. I'm not disrespecting anybody because these are all grown women. But I always say, let's just wait. I just don't think the time is right. So we canceled it. But other than that, the seminar is going to go as planned.
Cool.
So well, I'm super excited. The 20th, we have an opportunity to celebrate 20 years of NAMFAM and the International Women's Leadership Summit. Super excited about that. And Ms. Fryer, I don't know if she wants to come. I know we're getting to the 1 hour mark.
Okay.
If there's any wrap-up conversations that we want to have with her as well, because this is an informal way to introduce these two amazing ladies.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, indeed. And I want to personally invite you both to attend. I'm going to do this very quickly. This is going to be happening this month as well.
Okay. Roundtable. Okay.
All right. So you all have an opportunity to become members of the All Tour Club.
Well, Johnny is already a member.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just speaking to everyone. They can become members of the All Tour Club and participate in live streams on a monthly basis. And this month, we're going to be doing the film production roundtable. And as I said, you know, Ms. Fryer, I definitely would love for you to share your experience with our audience. And for those who would like to know, as you indicated, you know, when does the music manager or when does the music begin when it comes to developing film? So that's going to be on Monday, 7 o'clock. So after you get to enjoy NAMFAM weekend, then you're going to join us on the following Monday.
There you go.
Sounds good.
So we got a nice September lineup. We got the 14s, the birthday twins. We have the birthday twins. So we got a full September kicking it off right here with MMB Live, celebrating Angela Kimmel's and Beyonce's birthday month.
Right.
And then we'll have the classic this coming up weekend. Then we're going to be with NAMFAM the next weekend. And then on the 20th, you all are going to hang out with me.
There you go.
There you
so
go.
A full September it is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we'll be looking forward to it. I know I will.
Excellent.
I've learned to live in my attic. I'm actually in my attic.
You have a very good looking attic.
Hey, come have a seat. Come on, have a seat, man.
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else, ladies?
Well, no, I think we have come to the end of our September MMB live show. Again, I just want to thank our guests for tonight, Miss Kamel Fryer and Miss Johnny Walker. Thank you. And feel free to tune in again next month. We'll be right back here the first month of, October. First Monday in October. We'll be right back here, 7:00 p.m. for the MMB live show. Until then, we're all saying good night.
Thank you.